Hello everyone, this is a Fax Hunter with a quick update on Gonzalo Lira. Well, it happened again. Gonzalo's time in a detention facility has been extended one more time. To bring everyone up to speed, this is the second time that Gonzalo has had his trial rescheduled. This happened back in September when the prosecutor had requested an extension so they could build a better case against Gonzalo. So, back in September, Gonzalo had his trial scheduled for October the 2nd. But on September the 19th, the prosecutor requested to have the trial date rescheduled. So Gonzalo's trial was pushed back from October the 2nd to November the 10th. And once again, just days before his time in court, the prosecutor has requested more time to build a better case against Gonzalo. So Gonzalo's trial date has been rescheduled, and the new date is January 6th, 2024. Now, this is interesting to me because, in my opinion, Gonzalo's case is a slam dunk. The prosecutor has enough evidence to sentence Gonzalo in the form of all those videos that Gonzalo made for over a year. But for some reason, the prosecutor needs more time. Now, this brings two possibilities. First, the prosecutor suspects that Gonzalo had committed more serious offenses that need to be proven to give Gonzalo a harsher punishment. So they need to gather more evidence to build a better case. Now, that's the possibility and also the explanation that the prosecutor has given to the judge, as we can read in the court papers. The presiding judge, with the participation of the secretary of the court session, the prosecutor, the accused defender, the translator, having considered in a court session in the courtroom in Kharkiv the petition of the prosecutor of the Kharkiv Regional Prosecutor's Office to extend the term of the preventive measures in the form of detention in criminal proceedings. The petition is based on the fact that person _8, that's Gonzalo Lira, is accused of committing a criminal offense, a crime provided for in Part 2 of Article 436-2 of the Criminal Code of Ukraine, i.e., the production and distribution of materials containing the justification, recognition as legitimate denial of the armed aggression of the Russian Federation against Ukraine, which was launched in 2014, as well as the justification, recognition, and legitimate of the temporary occupation of the part of the territory of Ukraine and the commission of criminal offense. And just to speed things up, we jump all the way to the results section of the papers. The request of the prosecutor of the Kharkiv Regional Prosecutor's Office to extend the term of the pre-trial detention in the form of detention in criminal proceedings. Extend the effect of the preventive measures in the form of detention chosen in relation to the accused, person _8, information _1, until January 6th, 2024, without determining the amount of bail. Now, this is the official reason for the extension of the detention time. With that said, there is a second unofficial reason, and this is my speculation, so take this with a grain of salt. This could be that once Gonzalo is prosecuted and given a sentence, Gonzalo's lawyers could request or open a case to have Gonzalo extradited to America. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because, for what I understand, in order for a lawyer to open a case to extradite a prisoner, the prisoner has to be sentenced, officially sentenced by a judge. So, as long as they are holding Gonzalo in detention, he cannot be extradited because he hasn't seen a judge. So that's why my suspicion is that they are extending his time in detention to make sure that he is at least serving time for his crimes. which could be dismissed once he's back in America. Now, everybody obviously is going to raise their arms and say that this is criminal, that this is proof that Ukraine is not a democracy or something like that, but I will have to stop you there and bring to your attention the fact that this is a practice that is done in other countries. And this is why it's not smart to go to other countries and break their laws. If you are a foreigner and you go to another country, either make sure you know all the laws or just don't get into trouble. I mean, that plain and simple. And this is one of the things that I keep telling people. Gonzalo is treated different just because there is an international conflict, a political conflict. But if you take away everything regarding the war and Ukraine and Russia, this is another case of a foreigner going to another country, breaking their laws, and getting into trouble. We've seen this happen many times with horror stories of people who go to Thailand or Singapore, one of those countries where the prisons are real hell. You will find horror stories of foreigners who go to other countries, they break their laws, and next thing you know, they're getting whipped with sticks and stuff like that. And that is something that we're seeing again here with the case of Gonzalo. He went to another country, he effed around and found out. So there's no feeling bad for people like this. That's why it amazes me every time I get comments saying that I'm a monster because I don't feel compassion for Gonzalo Lira. Well, see, the situation is simple. People will see Gonzalo as a martyr because they have their own bias and they are politically driven. But if we strip down all those elements, what we're seeing here is another case of a foreigner who goes to another country and just because he has an American passport, he thinks he is protected by the strongest nation in the world. They can get away with everything they want. Not the case. We've seen this happen many times in Thailand, Singapore, Hong Kong. Foreigners go to other countries, they get in trouble, and then they're crying foul. And that's pretty much it. Plain and simple. Gonzalo effed around and found out. So his detention time has been extended. Gonzalo's time for a trial will be until January 6th, 2024. And well, that's it pretty much. This was an unexpected update since we were expecting to see Gonzalo on trial on November 10th. And seems like Gonzalo's going to spend Christmas in a Ukrainian detention facility. Oh well, sucks to be him. Well, thanks again for your time, and I'll keep you updated if I hear anything else. And once again, this is a Facts Hunter. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Take care. Bye-bye for now.